Very excited to talk to our next guest. Leroy, I don't know if you know this, pandemic and all, but we got some championship boxing down here in Miami at the Guitar Hotel coming down to
Yeah.
the Hard Rock. Devin Haney is going to be defending his world championship against Yuriorkis Gamboa. And we have the champ joining us here. Devin, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
How excited are you to be doing this, man? You get to headline Miami. It's not like, I'm sure, the atmosphere everybody wants, but this is kind of a cool, I'm sure, getting out of your home, getting to come down here to South Florida. When you were presented with this idea of defending the belt down here, what went through your mind?
I'm happy to be here. As soon as I got the call, I was like, hell yeah, I'm all for it because I love Miami. I'm always here. So I get to fight, win, and have some fun hereafter.
Now, what do you make of this matchup? Yuriorkis has been around for a while. His last fight, taking on Gervonta Davis, he fought on a torn Achilles. He's beloved down here in South Florida. I mean, you won't have that crazy Cuban that fan base that you'll have to face. But this matchup, taking on a guy with this much experience, a guy who's been around the block this much, what kind of statement do you want to make against a guy like this?
I want to go in there and I want to make a huge statement. This is the toughest test of my career up to date. I got to go in there and I got to look good. There's so many huge fights to be made, but they don't happen if I don't go in there at this fight and I don't win and I don't look good. So I'm gonna go in there, showcase my full arsenal. Hopefully, get the knockout. But if the knockout doesn't come, get the win.
The division's been on fire, man. Leroy and I have been talking about it nonstop. Gervonta Davis's knockout, Teofimo Lopez getting his win. It's now like your chance to do it. This is so much fun because we're seeing like a young crop of like the next generation of boxing, and you guys are on fire. It feels like every one of you is just stepping up and putting forth a great show. Like, do you feel that? Just the idea that you guys feel like kind of the next wave, and everybody's so excited to watch you guys time in and time out.
Yeah, the lightweight division is the best division in boxing, and it's so many huge fights to be made. All the guys are young, so we have so many years ahead of us to, grow and get better and to make these fights happen.
Guys are starting to get noticed more now simply because, like Tobin said, the whole division is young.
Yeah, for sure. The whole division is young, and me being the youngest, and me being world champion and being the youngest is amazing within itself. So that's why I don't even think that I'm too far. I know that I'm there, and I am the example for the guys who come after me.
How do you see this, man, from your standpoint? Because I saw after Teofimo got his win and they jumped him. I don't know how all this works. Kind of, excuse my ignorance on, because I love boxing, but like I think you said the other day, like the belt's all over the place. It's crazy with how it's done. Yeah. So, do you look upon this and you see yourselves as one of the figureheads of the division? Do you see Teofimo as the target and you got to go take him down because that's how everybody sees him? Do you see it as Gervonta? Because Gervonta just had a crazy knockout and everybody, the world's seen it. Like, where do you find Devin Haney, world champion, with that as your pillar, but almost having to be in this arms race of getting everybody's attention and like you said, get into that race of the big fights? Like, where do you picture all of it?
I just think that it's so many big fights to be made, and we're all racing to look good so that everyone can say, oh, this guy's better than this guy's better than that guy. And in reality, we're all going to be fighting each other soon. So then we'll know who the real head honcho is.
What's it like getting to be around Floyd Mayweather at this time in his career? You're a young guy. What is that experience like? Is it dwarfing at all? Because I've seen like you get a chance to like ride around Miami on bikes with him, be in the private jet, work out with him. Like, what is that experience like? The guy who has been the biggest draw in boxing, has been done gazillions of pay-per-views, and I'm sure is like the landmark for everybody to want to get to. What's that experience like as a young champion in yourself?
Oh, I'm blessed for that opportunity. It's actually the best time to be around Floyd because at this point, his career is over with, and he's, willing to give as much knowledge as possible, as much as you want. He's willing to give you. So I'm blessed to, have the opportunity to learn so much from him.
What's the thing that I guess you've taken away from him the most too?
Floyd's work is unbelievable. At the age that he is now, he still works unbelievable. Like, he works so much. It's like, Floyd, you're retired. Like, why are you still working out? But
is that the most amazing thing, is that you watch him train and you're like, wow, these are the likes that I'm someday going to have to compete against.
Floyd is like a workhorse. It's unbelievable. He trains at like 5, 6 in the morning, like by himself. Like, Floyd, they're done. Why are you training? It's just a mindset, he just installed that in him. It's something that he just has in him. So that's what I learned from him. Just the work ethic.
We have a guy down here, Jimmy Butler. He's like that. Like, he'll do the workouts at 3 a.m. What is Devin Haney's favorite time to, like, are you doing psycho workouts at 3 a.m.? Do you feel like you have a more conventional workout all day method? What is how do you like to get after it?
I like to work out at crazy hours too. I don't sleep a lot at nighttime. Like, I got a hard time sleeping. So whenever I just can't sleep or something like that, I'll just go work out.
How's cut down week going? Like, is it getting to the weight easy? How is it coming off for you this week?
The best that I felt during cutting, just because I just had a long camp. I had a long layoff. I've been out almost a year, so I had time to just be strict on my diet and mentally prepare for what's ahead as far as training camp, dieting, and all that. I had my fun time, so when it came time to work, I was ready to work.
Devin, is this made more difficult because of COVID? Just, how you go about your business, how you go about who you socialize, who you work out with, all the things you do to get ready for a fight. Does this, are you a little bit cautious or more cautious because of COVID?
Of course, yeah. We had to cut the number of people down. We had to, make sure that our time in the gym was specifically for us. Anyone who came around me had to, had to get their temperature taken, and we followed the protocol. So of course it's been a little bit of a hassle, but we got the job done.
What's the Hard Rock bubble like? What's the setup there? Do you like it? What do they got it all set up for this weekend?
It's like a luxury. We say like a luxury prison.
But can you leave your room at all right now? Like, what's the deal?
Well, we just got COVID tested, so we got to the bubble today. So we just got COVID tested, so we can't leave our room until everyone's result comes back negative.
Oh my goodness!
But when we get our test back or whatever, we still won't be able to leave our floor or anything. We got to be escorted to all go work out at one time. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that, even though it's a difficult situation, you're that much closer to the end game. So it's not that much. With all the sacrificing you have done up to this point, the sacrifice you have to do for this week is not that big of a deal.
Nowhere near. This is the fun part, because it's okay, yes, we're almost there. We're almost to weigh-in. We're almost to fight night. Right. So it's like we just coasting. I'm trying to get as much rest as possible. Try to sleep it away as much as possible, and be ready for Saturday night.
If we could ask you about this, because we've been talking about this on our show this week. So I don't know if you saw, but Deontay Wilder, who I'm a big fan of. I love Deontay Wilder, but the fallout of his loss to Tyson Fury, he's talking about moving the gloves and stuff like that, and poisoning the water and the weighted suit. One, what do you make of all that? And two, have you ever dealt with cheating in boxing? Like, is there a crazy scenario that you remember?
Yeah, no, I haven't came across that yet. Well, or not that I at least know of. But it's cheating happens. It's we've been seeing this decades of cheating. Is just something that happens. So I'm not saying that it can't happen to me, or it won't happen to me. But yeah, I haven't had any.
Hey, I have a solution. You can make a miss.
Make a miss, make a pay. Good night.
Right. But I'm just saying, Deontay didn't really get out of the way. Dude beat him. Right? So if he had something in his hands, how about you move out of his way? Stop taking that pounding.
It sounds easier than what you
No,
make it.
Look, I'm not mad. I know it's difficult. I'm not saying that it's not hard. But
I read something that he said it was like a muscle relaxer in his water or something like that. I don't no, I don't really know the case, but nobody knows what he's going through or what how he felt that night. We could all say what we could have, should have, would have did, but at the end of the he has the right to voice his opinion or voice what he felt, and we just got to respect it.
I call that beat down remorse. He got beat down, so now he feeling bad. That's it.
It's got to be weird too, Devin. When's the last time you lost at something? Did you lose in the amateurs? When's the last time you've done that? Because that's got to be a weird thing for Deontay. He hasn't dealt with that feeling in a while either.
Yeah, I can't even tell you the last time that I lost. I had to be like a little kid. I couldn't even tell you. But I don't know. We just gotta see. He's gonna voice his opinion, and hopefully he has facts behind what he's speaking. I can't say how he felt or what actually happened because I don't know what happened. I just gotta let him say how he felt, and we'll see what happens. I can't say he's lying, or I can't say what the case may be because I'm not educated enough on it.
If I could throw this caveat now, if somebody has a problem with what happened on the fight, that usually comes out a couple of days after the fight. I wasn't right. Something was wrong. I was out of it. I felt relaxed or whatever. Okay, it's damn near a year later. And right after the fight, he was complaining about that 40-pound suit he was wearing. He wasn't complaining about nothing else but that. So now, 6 months, 7 months down the line, he have another complaint that nobody ever heard of until now? Come on, man. Even if you had any validity to what you were saying, the fact that you waited 6 or 7 months when you found out you wasn't getting your rematch, and then you come out with this, sometimes you got to lick your wounds and come back to fight another day. And that's it. Just keep it like that.
I mean, when you come back and you win in spectacular fashion, they forget about the losses. So
right, exactly.
That's the main thing. But like I said, I'm not saying that he's wrong or he's saying how he felt. And if he has facts behind it, then we don't know. He might be telling the truth. He might be actually something might be wrong. We don't know. We just got to see.
You're right. You're right about that.
The doubt.
There's got to be getting to you on Saturday night though. As a young champion yourself, and everybody talking about Gervonta's knockout this week, there's got to be be honest here, Devin. Is there a part of you that's like, this Gervonta couldn't even, took him 12 rounds to put him away on one leg. There's got to be a piece of you that's like, I want to dust this guy within 6 rounds, something like that. I know that thought's probably gone through your head.
Of course, I want to go in there and I wanted to, beat him worse than he's ever been beat, in his career. I want to show him that I'm on a total different level than anyone he's fought before.
And what do you hope I know this is always tough asking in the fight week, but what do you hope if everything goes according to plan on Saturday, what do you hope the next step is? What do you want that to be? You've been out for a while, you're coming back.
I want the big fights. I want the top guys in the lightweight division. We need to come together and make these fights happen.
Is there one name in particular that you want? Right, because I think I remember when we spoke back at Radio Row, you knew that all the fans were buzzing about you and Ryan Garcia. He's going to be fighting in December. Would you think that that's more likely? Do you think that it would be Gervonta? Do you think it's Teofimo? What do you think is the most likely path?
I don't know the most likely, but I know that any of those fights are huge. So hopefully we can make any of them happen.
Well, people are going to be into watching, man. You guys can catch it on DAZN, by the way, this week. Just re-up with DAZN because their schedule just started up. Devin Haney is going to be fighting at the Hard Rock, the Guitar Hotel, against Yuriorkis Gamboa. 21 years old. You're going to be 22 in a couple weeks, man.
Yep.
So good luck with your title defense. I hope everything goes healthy and smooth this week. Thanks for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate it. Good luck.